This is a special full moon edition of Magic Mondayzz here with your happiness navigator, pollinator of positivity, shape-shifting woman wizard. That's me, Melissa Mojo B. We also have our bee friend here, and we got another bee friend here. That's Mama Mara over there. We're just hanging out here at beautiful Humber Bay Park. Are you gonna spin around there for me? There we go. And you can see that is the CN Tower just right there. What a beautiful view we have. And we'll do a little walk and talk. We'll let Mama just rest her legs in the car. We're gonna pull some tarot cards. We're gonna look at some nature. We're gonna talk about the humble beginnings of Mojo and Magic and Magic Mondayzz. And that it was actually right here in this beautiful little park. And so let us pull a card to begin. And didn't even have any way to set this situation up today. We were just out and about and decided let's not rush back to the hive and let's just enjoy the day out and about. And so bear with all the sounds and the noise and the lack of tripods and stuff. We're just gonna have some fun. So what we do have is the truck tarot from the Enchanted pickup truck. We are in Bessie, the Enchanted blue pick us up truck. You can hear there's just lots of activity and people buzzing around, isn't there, Mother? We've got these ones here, so we'll let you do a knock, 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 Ma.
Knock, knock.
There we go. I'll do a knock, 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 and the third triple knock is for you. Thank you, fellow wizards. We are here to remind you that you are also so magical and that we're all wizards. We're actually all things and all energies. So let's bring in the best of those energies right now as we ask our spirit teams to all come together here today. We always shine brighter when we come together. So thanks for sharing this, by the way. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for being yourself. The reason why I am Melissa Mojo B is because my name means bee. Melissa. It actually doesn't mean, I think it just means bee. Yeah. Maybe. I think it's just bee in general. But it is actually, it has to do, it's a Greek. Hello there. Hi, Eric. We're just about to pull some cards here at beautiful Toronto, Ontario. Hello, everybody. Thank you, YouTube, for putting me out there. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for your likes. We are in Toronto. You want to see where we're at? Here we are. Like, okay, I tell it to spin around and it kind of just goes zoom in on me for a second. We're getting used to the YouTube live because we used to be on Facebook. So thanks so much for YouTube hosting us now. This is the place to be. And here we are in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We are at Humber Bay East Park. And we're going to go for a little walkabout here before long, but we're just about to pull a few tarot cards because that's what we do here on Mojo and Magic. We are magic charged broadcasts there to remind you that a wizard is always on time. It is so beautiful here. We'll definitely take more of a walk around in a few minutes, but let's just pull a couple cards. Thanks so much for being here, Masa, Wally. Who else? Everybody else that's in here. Thanks for your comments and thanks for participating in this magic moment with us. Appreciate that. Alrighty, it's hot here. There's people coming in and out, so I kind of have the window rolled up. Let's see if we can roll it down for a minute. We got one over here that makes a lot of sound. It sounds like a bee. Just sounds like a bee, this one window that we have over here. Everyone that's pulled into this parking spot over here has ran themselves aground. I don't know what's going on. But it seems like they can't see where the curb is and they just keep hitting their front of the cars on the curbs, and it's really funny when you're just sitting right next to it and you can't help but notice, you know? And they're like, please don't notice. And you're like, I couldn't help but notice. This is the Four of Swords. Four of Swords often means recuperating in a nest. Oftentimes when you see this card in the Rider-Waite or other places, you'll see sort of like this nest idea. Well, actually, maybe not Rider-Waite because it's less imaginative, but the idea is every time I see, anyways, a Four of Swords, that's that not being able to make a decision, or sort of being stuck in limbo and just curling in on oneself in the nesting phase. So this coming out as our first card is kind of telling me that that's what's been going on, is this Four of Swords energy of I just want to curl up and not deal with this because it's been super unpleasant and difficult. That's like the Four of Swords is before you get to even the Five of Swords, which would be starting to make the decisions and get clarity. So this has been being unclear, and probably just needing to go into that nesting phase to decide, hey, what is clarity? And then we just had a card pop right out there after that. This is a unique little deck. Thanks to Monica Graham for giving us this deck here. Just a classic little tarot deck, and it fits perfectly in this little cubby in the truck. So it's the truck tarot, and it has what is also a 4, the Emperor. So interesting, we got the 4-4 out here right now, and actually 4 people watching at the moment. They had us with 22 there for a hot second, which is fun. So the Emperor saying, you know, believe in that that power of you, that power of, see, the Emperor is kind of a little bit more cold and calculating than perhaps the Empress, who is that nurturing world. You know, you see the Empress with the world almost as her belly, so she takes care of everyone, whereas the Emperor is a little bit more calculated and might look at how to take care of the kingdom. So I think that's sort of a reminder here to be looking after our own kingdoms and not just looking after the whole world, because if we're not taking care of our own kingdoms, then what good is putting it out into the whole world, right? Because we're not putting out the right energy then, because we've not taken care of at home. So the Emperor would make sure that at home is taken care of before, you know, planning the next battle, because at home has to be taken care of and the next battle needs to be planned. So again, with that nesting, there's been a lot of planning going on, and wow, the Empress. And I don't even know how this got flipped out. I don't even know how this card just got flipped the wrong way of the deck. See? So we're going to look at what's on the other side, which is actually rather exciting, after the Empress. So that's a lovely reminder of balance as we have the Emperor and the Empress here. Mm-hmm. So do not just look at, you know, thyself, but of course we are wanting to nurture the world. So that's the bigger picture. That's the future. But the right now is the Emperor is taking care of our own kingdoms, making sure our own stuff is in order. So I feel like that actually has a lot to do with organization too. A true Emperor, you know, has those battle plans and knows what's coming and has wise advisors who help them know what's coming. And so that's where we're in the moment, is sort of that, let's get it ready, let's get it clear, let's make sure who's on our team, and then we can continue to do what we love to do in this collective, which is be the Empress, be the flowers. I love how the hands are flowers here, and actually just did a piece of art recently where I saw a very similar thing where it was like an Empress vision. It was a tip cup pour, so there was a lot of different colors, but what I saw in the colors and drew out of it was a woman holding sort of the planet, and her hands were also flowers like this. So that reminder that we actually have flowers in our hands, and we'll go into that briefly because I'm also that trained Reiki master, and remind you that all of these broadcast spells here at Mojo Magic are charged with Reiki and also with what we love to call create energy. So that's cosmic rainbow energy, because Reiki means universal life force energy. So that's everything, you, me, and everything is made of this cosmic rainbow. And then when we kept talking about the cosmic rainbow and the cosmic rainbow energy, I asked what would we call this modality if we wanted to get it out to people and let them know more about this. And so we asked what could that be called, and it said create. So then we looked at cosmic rainbow energy and what would the last 3 letters mean: activate, transmute, evolve. So we are here to activate, be activated, which can be feeling great or not so great depending on the activation. But what activation does is it creates action, and action is how we transmute things. Sometimes it's through silence and stillness, and even that is an action. So we transmute, and then what do? We evolve. So we're never less than, we're never not perfect, but we are always evolving. So always greater and greater. And on the back of this deck we had the 10 of Cups. So we had the perfect sort of the past is that feeling like need to protect oneself with 4 corner swords, you know, sort of like actually a meditation I've done a lot in the past 6 months involves having the angels in the 4 corners and coming in with their swords and wands and such, and fiery energies to protect. And that's also necessary in the world that we're living in. It's saying, though, the more clarity we can have and the more organization, the more we can leave this behind now, put it behind, right? And then be in the emperor phase where we're actually making plans and making the headway and getting clarity, not letting anyone step on us. Oh no, the emperor would not let that happen. The emperor protects the empress. The emperor protects the energy that we're aiming for, which is all of that nurturing, by being protective, by being calculating, by having a no BS kind of attitude. So that allows those beautiful boundaries. I often say boundaries are hard for empaths or empathic people at the beginning, but it starts to be learned that the more we can do that and be protective and hold those clear boundaries, the more we can actually open up to be more loving, more full of grace, more vulnerable, to keep choosing love again and again and again. And I mean love in all ways, love of this world that we're in, because it's been so easy. Well, it's really been calling so many, even of the people who have such beautiful hearts lately, to just give it all up and turtle. And so that's what's been happening with that four of swords, has been a sort of turtling. And there's nothing wrong with the turtle, right? We all have our phases, and this bee's got to buzz around and do all that pollinating of the positivity, but it also, we need the slow turtle. We need to have that hard shell sometimes. We need to create those 4 corners in our house and protect ourselves. And it's all so important. So not to look at this as a lower state, or that we needed healing or we needed to get out of that, because that's also necessary. And it comes and it goes. It's good to remember to draw those 4 quarters in the house, to draw those lines around ourselves in the house, and even see our doors and windows being covered in golden light, you know what I mean? Or that electric blue light of Archangel Michael, who's in the south. And so we can call on the elements, we can call on our angels, we can call on our ancestors, our guides, and great spirit to really protect us and give us solace in that nest as we create it. And we create that every time we go to rest. So we can also think of that nest as, again, it's not a bad thing, it's a beautiful thing. We all have our nest, and what do you love more than your nest, really? So it's a beautiful thing to have, than to come out and be the emperor and be like, I also recognize that I have a kingdom, and I can't just nest all the time. I can't just feel the swords and put everything around me and not be brave enough to come out as the emperor and take care of what needs to be taken care of. So that we can flower, so that we can have community, so that we can have that beautiful future, this golden era of earth that we're ready, so ready for. Amen. Aren't we? And that's that 10 of Cups. So as that comes out at the bottom, which is, again, look at this perfect balance of masculine and feminine, as we had the Emperor and Empress out here. Perfect. And saying, come out into the celebration, right? And the cups, everything growing. And I think that's so perfect for the season that we're in right now too, as everything blossoms and comes up out of its pots. And we see, like, it's not even just coming up out of the pots, but this is actually growing new pots. Wow, that's just a beautiful thing. And this is how you read cards. Pardon me, throat chakra. This is how you read cards intuitively, is to look and see things like, would you notice that there's a pot and it's growing a sprout, but the sprout comes out and reaches out, and what's it growing? Pots. Places to grow more. Aww. Right? So, and they're holding up what? Pots. Could be cups, yeah, but here it is. It's growing out of a cup. So it's also a pot. It's also a place to plant. And flourishing. Yeah. in all directions here with the wheel. And again, you see that 4. So a reminder to create, and not a square, not in a square this time, but in a circle. We create that circle. That's a sacred circle, not a square. So not so hard as we were when we were in this phase, which is now over. Now we're coming into that 10 of Cups where we're actually respecting the sacred circle and not putting the cube on it, if you know what I mean. Not the cube worship, which is also, there's so much fear in that, whereas the spiral allows for ever more, ever changing. Let's take a quick tour around, shall we? There's one more, is 10 of Pentacles right under that. Wow. The monies, honeys. Yeah, I would call that the signifier card too. Like, look at that. The riches can't even all be contained. They'll spill out into our community as we accept them for ourselves. So as we like find our community and accept that balance of masculine and feminine in ourselves and in the situations, bringing in both that you know, I would say bossing up, or that is masculine energy and feminine energy, right? It's that we got to get things straight and organized and action oriented, and then there's that nurturing. It's gonna take time, and that's that perfect balance that we see there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's see if we got these cute little every time I press rotate, it does a weird thing. So anyways, we got this cute little suitcase here with some magical dice in it. Oop. Our hair feathers are falling out. Look at our bee on the Ford. Oh, there's a bee in here too. Look at that. Let's give mom how many? Let's give her, I guess it's 4. It says 4. All right. Oh, yep. And then you want to put them in how about your skirt? This is what you do when you go on the fly.
Okay.
All right. So we have, what we got? A school bus. I see a school bus, and I know Griffin was talking about getting a school bus and going on travels, and I see that for our collective too. It also could kind of be like a vintage truck of some kind. So that just reminds me to say, like, take it easy, take it slow, stick with what works. The fountain of youth, fountain of well, that's sort of like at the center of that 10 of Cups, right? That is a lot of cups right there. Beautiful, like, to think of that at the center. And this bee came out, but I don't think that's what was there. Do you know what was there, Ma? We had, well, the bee wanted to come, I guess. And the thinking, just clear mind. Right now, it's really important with the solar flares and all that kind of stuff that we just keep a clear mind and be happy and be nice and be sweet and all that awesome stuff. And don't be sad. He looks a little sad. I know it's been a little sad, but we're moving on from that sadness, because now it's time to feel the joy. More happiness navigation on location. Thanks so much to Mommy for being here today.
Thank you.
And there's this beautiful crystal butterfly that was gifted to us from our Scottish wizard, just with the rainbow there, also reminding us that yeah, the world is with us too. Let's take a little walk out here from the enchanted blue pickup truck. There's usually something falling out with me. I heard it. Oh, I know, she wants me to turn the lights off. That's nice. We'll find that later. Okay, so here's where we are. We'll go this way first. Let Mom have a little relax. Go for a little walk and talk here in Toronto City, in the Kingdoms. Nice of them to leave us a life jacket. So, right over there. Whoa, that's a quick zoom. Hello, YouTube. You got a good zoom on you. Got some kayakers coming around the corner. Oh, and hello, Robin. All right, we'll stop zooming around, and we'll just zoom our little legs around. Somebody's been down here feeding the birds. This is actually a wonderful spot to come down and just relax. There's lots of nice big flat stones down here. And it is pretty quiet. Beautiful Lake Ontario here in Toronto, Canada. Hey! Mom's joining in. She can take the walk with me from there. That's fun. Mom's favorite. A dandelion. Aren't they gorgeous though? I mean, really. It's great to get excited by little things, people. You think it's just for the weirdos? Then let's be weirder together. Look at how many campfire spots there are when they're not supposed to have campfires at all. It says you'll get fined for them, but so far, so good. Dandelions, yeah, ma. Okay, and isn't this lovely? It's actually quite sheltered down here too, because of the way this sort of like a little cliff. We got our pigeons, our pidgeys. One time I saw this couple go in here. Well, actually, it was after one of the events that I did over on the other side. I'll show you where we originally did live Magic Mondays down here, and we had little fires. We even had, I brought a foosball table down here. I brought a little tent that we had like a cuddle area in, and it was quite the undertaking when we first came and did Magic Mondays here. Mom would remember. One time there was a big rainstorm and I had to come like take half the stuff back and then come back here in the rain and get the rest of it. And it was quite, that was the same night I think that I had tried to, I was using my, well, one of those rubber bungee cords, like the hardcore ones, and it snapped back on me. It actually like bruised and cut me. It was so bad. And then this rainstorm happened and I had to take people home and I packed it all up, but I couldn't pack it all into the truck. So I had to come back later by myself. And, you know, you're in the middle of a story time with Mojo and Magic, by the way, your woman wizard here. So it'd been a little bit of a chaotic event, let's put it that way. And here's me packing all the foosball tables up and everything. And I come back and I'm just wicked tired with this wound, my war wound and everything. And I was parked just over there, and I saw this couple go sneak into the bushes over here for a little makeout session. And I was thinking, well, that's cute. But I had already seen a fox go in there. And so all of a sudden I see the fox go running out. Then I see the people come running out, and I had a really good laugh. Maybe it was actually this little, yeah, I think it was, because I was parked right up there in the circle. And this is like a good little spot, see? You can see why you might want to step in there and have a little makeout. Look how cute it is in here, actually. A little moss and everything. Look. Oh, so green. Ooh. Let's send some Reiki into the moss, and then it comes back out to us. Oh, some birdies in here, too. And what lives down in there? Something certainly does. I would live in there if I was a little something. With these pretty little white flowers. Look at the moss. Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay. So yeah, this is where it happened. That the fox came and startled the two young lovers, and both the fox and the young lovers were startled and ran off. It was quite entertaining to watch. I don't know what these bushes are, but they're quite gorgeous, and they're about to break into these little yellow flowers. Anybody know what these ones are? Crazy adventures, yeah. Yeah, Mom and me have been on many crazy adventures together. Oh, love this. I'm not sure. Look at how massive these bushes are with the yellow flowers. Someone out here knows what they are. Look at the bark. It's golden. It's golden. Like or copper. What kind of tree are they? Does anyone know? Mystery. A prize for the person who knows what this golden tree is. This copper tree with the yellow flowers. If you know and you tell me, I will
send you, we can do a create session, a cosmic rainbow energy session to activate, transmute, and evolve, and you will get your own private, personal, magical manifesto that is just for you. Look at all the places people have burnt the ground out here. It makes me a little bit annoyed because there's like, look at how many. They're everywhere. Like, just pick a couple, and if you can't get one, then go join the other people. Don't make 50. These red-winged blackbirds, beautiful, scary little creatures though. They will attack you. I've had one attack my head before. Yes, you pretty little boo-boo. You're mean though, aren't you? She's like, I'm not mean, I'm just protecting what's mine. What I love. That's right, we understand you. Look at how beautiful this city is. And our little birdie friend. It's like, don't forget about me. I want to be in the shot, please. Aww. The zoom on YouTube is like a trip. The skyline is so pretty here. We're so lucky. Many people down here enjoying that today. Look at how many awesome places there are to sit. Like, let's come down and have a campfire soon. Who wants to jam and enjoy some sacred fires together? So this is the other side of this lovely place. Goes all the way out there. And actually can't walk all the way around there because I've investigated that before. And you actually can't. You can, though, get pretty far over that way from this park alone. And otherwise, you go back out to the entrance of this particular park and then keep going. And you can just hit all these parks all the way across. There's one here, though. If you go that way, down past these lovely ancient stones here, over there is a dog park. So that's an off-leash dog park over that way. And we're coming up on the original area that was our Magic Mondays when I was still doing the most all the time. And I took so much stuff down here. And it was amazing. We one time had a girl who came down here and had a mermaid shoot. That was pretty amazing. Look at this blue stone. Bringing in that, as we were talking about, that Archangel Michael kind of energy. I feel like this is a really interesting little piece of wood that wants to come into the truck. Look at it. Could be a creature. It's a creature. It has eyes even. Ooh, it certainly does. Alright, look at these cute little guys. Little grasses growing right out of the rock. See? Anything is possible. Don't forget it. Look at, what are these? Look at this. Look at this. What is this pretty flower? I've never noticed these before. There's a whole bunch of them about to pop. But I saw this little flash of red. And I was like, wow. So, again, I'll offer a cosmic rainbow energy session, like a distance Reiki type of session with a magic manifesto to anyone who can tell me what these plants or the tree that we were looking at earlier is. So if you see this at any point in time and you leave a comment and that's the one, then I will respond back and give you the information as to how to join with me and co-create a special magical session. So like a distance Reiki session basically goes over all of the chakra points as though we would in a regular Reiki session. And then we add this intuitive channeling kind of thing that comes through, because we focused on that rainbow energy as we were doing the Reiki, and we started getting images that were like dream images, and I would start to intuit what those images meant, and then it started to come more of a stream of consciousness that spirit would point like this tree right here, would say, look over here, and give us some words for the person who is getting the session. Look at the little bundles of leaves on this tree. Look at how luxe that is. We just had a couple ducks land, coming on over to say hello. Yeah, the birds up in the trees. We got a red-winged blackbird up there saying I got dive bombed by one of them for being too near the nest, so let's move along. Oh, those frequencies. I was thinking about doing a little Om with Mum, so maybe we'll do that when we get back in there. Oh, look at what I found. Some blossoms. This might be a little apple tree. Looks like an apple blossom. Pretty songstresses out here, huh? Look at that pink. Oh, yes. Thank you for spending some magical moments here. So here is exactly where we were doing the Magic Mondays. Behind this little bush was sort of our cover. And we would have, this would have been in probably one of our circles. Actually, I didn't make a circle. I remember I bought one of those, you know, portable fire pits, like a really nice one for over $100, and I brought it down here so that I wouldn't mark up the earth. And as I say, we even had like this little clamshell tent that was like a snuggle area, and we had the foosball table, and we had food, we had coffee and tea, and we would just chill down here, play some music, had the keyboard, had, you know, tunes, talk, and tarot, essentially, even back then. So it's been a long time now. I'm thinking that was long before the pandemic, so probably like getting on towards 10 years ago now. And I was hiding the portable fire pit in this bush over here. Yeah, story time again. So I'd spent the money on it, and we were down here, and I didn't want to make these marks on the earth, so I did that, and I was hiding it back in there. And one day, the parks department came and trimmed it all up, and I guess they found it, and someone took it home. So I was calling them, and I was saying, hey guys, you know, just little old me here left that thing there, silly me. Does anybody have it? And I called around to all the city, and nobody had it. But then they actually called me back, and they said, oh, we do have it. Come all the way up to this one yard. So I went all the way up to that yard. That's a cormorant right there, I think. Went all the way up to that yard, and sure enough, it was some rusty thing that was not at all the brand new portable fireplace that I had bought. And I later found out that there's actually a parks department office kind of thing really close, just down the way, like just down this little avenue. And I didn't think to, I didn't know it was there. And so I didn't stop in. I only found out a year later or something. Thought, oh, that's where it went. This is one of my favorite spots right here, though. We'll go at least this far, because can you hear the waves? You see the tree? You feel the feels? Because you know I'm sending that cosmic rainbow energy out to thee and thine loved ones for peace, protection, and prosperity through the trees to travel all the way everywhere it needs to be. Thank you for spending a moment with me. I've been down to this little beach here and seen where people have left flowers of offerings. Also sending out the best intentions, the ripples, those frequencies of love, peace, understanding, connection. Thank you for sharing the moment, for sharing that intention for the greatest good of all. Quick little overview. See someone's tenting back in there. It's a great place. If I was going to do something like that, that's where I would do it too. I actually had thought about, if we were going to do these events down here, how this would be a nice little area where you could kind of do some like shaded workshops or something like that. But life keeps moving, and we've done many events in many places since then, since this sweet little spot. Let's see, they actually have like a sign over here. What does this say? What a funny place for a sign. Increasing forest cover, meadow, wetland, and shoreline habitat, and generally improve fish and wildlife habitat with the support and involvement of the public. Yep, they're encouraging the naturalization of the shorelines here. Like I say, this is a lovely sort of little hidden back area. And what's back there? Yacht clubs. Could make some friends in high places that away. One more little dandelion confidence Reiki blast for thee. Let's send you that energy to thy solar plexus. Confidence in all things as we are in this Gemini new moon energy. Co-creating, yes, all coming together. Love that. And in full appreciation of all that has been and all that will be. So, yes, let's spin you back around. Say hello, hello, hello. It's a wonderful day in the kingdoms. The sky is blue. We got some clouds, but we love them too. Just like I love you. I certainly do love you. And I am grateful for us to spend and invest. It's not really spending, it's investing because we're adding to it. Hey! I'm back. So, yes, back from our little tour. Did you enjoy?
No, it was wonderful.
Our little tour?
Didn't even have to walk.
Give you a rest, girly. You
Awesome.
burned it.
The flowers that you found, that was awesome.
Yeah, let's see if anybody can figure out what the flowers are. If you can figure out the flowers on either the tree or the other ones, you can get a free Cosmic Rainbow Energy create session with thee. Will be fun. I'm looking forward to someone actually coming through with that, because I think there's someone out there who knows what those are, and they'll be excited to tell us, right?
Right on.
Yeah, they'll be like, hey, I know that's what I'd be like if I knew what it was. Anyways, I think that's it for today. I think, do you want to pick one?
Okay.
Just for the collective? Why not, Mama? We'll let Mama pick one last card here for us, then we can get boogieing.
Okay. This one.
Maybe we'll read this one. This one here?
Yeah.
The Chariot. Oh, look at this. I've never seen a chariot quite like this one before. This guy's got his knee on the seat. He's got his other leg up in the air like he's doing some crazy yoga trick like I was trying to do last night.
Yeah.
And holding on to the wheels, and he's going fast too, because, well, look at the wind in his hair and the wind behind the wheels, and we know that the chariot means fast movement. Fast movement. So I think that that's sort of saying that we're coming towards that 10 of Cups really much faster than we might be thinking, you know. So we were talking the earlier cards where we had that 4 of Swords nesting, that sort of cubing, squaring off that we were feeling before, and then it coming to the roundness, the fullness of the 10 of Cups through the balance of the Emperor and Empress energies. And first, to focus on the Emperor energies, which is organization, clarity, clearing things that are not allies, right? Choosing who our allies are, very carefully planning the next moves in order to support what we have with our Empress side, which is all that nurturing and all that goodness and all that fun and play and loving and cooking and kissing and cuddling and kisses and blisses that we're looking for. And it's coming in. It's coming in hot.
All right.
Mama says it's coming in hot, folks. So you just listen to that Mama, because she's a knower. She's a knower and a way shower, I love to say.
Love you.
Love you, Mama. All right, say bye.
Bye-bye. Nice to be with you. Mwah.
Bye from us. See you next time. Ciao.